But if you're watching this video, and you are, that means you have opened yourself up enough to receive the remembrance. The remembrance of what? The remembrance that you're pure positive energy, having chosen deliberately to come into the circumstances you currently experience, knowing that those circumstances were always going to move in your favor. And if it doesn't look like they're moving in your favor, that's because they're moving that way in order to move you in your favor. Welcome to Worthiness Wednesdays. I'm Perry Gruber, the Enlightenment Guy. Every week, I talk about aspects of the positively focused practice from the standpoint of worthiness as a way of expressing to my audience the wonderful experiences my clients are getting through the positively focused practice. I've been doing this for a long time, helping clients master their mindsets so they can get lives they love and get results without burnout or hustle. And today, I'm going to talk about a very high-level concept of the positively focused practice offered by one of my advanced clients, Aaron. The last few Worthiness Wednesday session or videos, I've featured Aaron because in a particular session this week, the week that I'm recording this video, he had so many deep, powerful epiphanies about his own life experience relative to the practice, and he gave me permission to share. But there are too many to make just one video, so I've broken it up into 6 separate videos, and this is the third? Yeah, this is the third video. It's so good what Aaron shared. And without further ado, I'm going to play the clip now, and then I'm going to come back and enhance what Aaron says after the clip. Take a listen.
When you're in the future or in the past, you can only be in one thought, and only that narrow of a focus, you can only receive sensation from that. But when you're in the present moment, you are fully open to all sensation, not one, but all. And I think people have a hard time coping with the sensation that comes from the present moment.
I would say it a little bit differently. I would say that people have been conditioned to believe what you said about being in the past or the future is normal.
Mm-hmm.
And they have no awareness of being in the present moment.
And when they finally start to, it's very overwhelming because there's a lot happening right now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. And the overwhelming feeling is uncomfortable. Going back to what you were saying about discomfort in dogs and animals, it's uncomfortable because they're just not familiar with it. But that discomfort could become what you're experiencing, bliss in the now, which is your natural state.
And it's kind of cool because you're in this unknown, and it's like,
yes,
where the magic actually plays out is stop trying to predict and create certainty so much and let go of that a little bit so you can let the universe move the pieces. That, or at least that's kind of been my
No, you're right. You're right. You're exactly right.
Like, if we actually let go of that grip, it's kind of scary because we've been like convinced or into that.
Yeah.
But you let it go, it's a little bumpy, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoo, I like broke free. And it's like, whoa, now things are really happening on a whole higher level. And I'm starting, but it's just that programming, being able to let go of the control. It for some reason, it's like a scary thing because it's certainty. So like, we'll keep doing this negative thing because it's like this predictable, familiar momentum thing. And it's just wild. Like, you're like, man, you're really kind of like causing your own suffering, and it's creating a prison cell, and literally the key is like right next to you, and you just go unlock the cell. But like, we're thinking it's outside of ourselves, or it's that person's fault, and that person, they did that to me, and this, and it's like, nope. You allowed that. Like,
that's exactly right.
Man, it's so cool. I love talking with you about this stuff because like how you're saying, it's kind of a lonely path. It's like, it is. So it's nice when like talking with you and it's just like, you're like, yep.
Yeah, we're amplifying. That's why these conversations, see, it's interesting. There's several things I want to say to respond to what you just said, because all of it was good. All of it was good. It's interesting, right? The conversation where some people think when they come to these calls, the meat, the juicy stuff, is in uncovering resistance and soothing the resistance and then having a better life as a result of that. Most clients think that's what this work is about. That's not what this work is about. What this work is really about is what we're doing right here, amplifying the clarity that has become standard in your life experience. But you can't get there until you soothe. You see? So people think the meat is over here when it's not. And then when they have a conversation like this, they call it a softball session. But it's not a softball session.
This is the high levels.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So that's the first thing I want to respond to. And then the second thing I want to respond to is you used certainty and unpredictability. Let's talk about that relative to being in the now. And you'll get this. Mm-hmm. When you let go and you allow the universe to do what you just described, and that happens time after time after time after time, the unpredictability or the seeming uncertainty of the now becomes predictable and certain. And it's not predictable and certain in terms of the specifics you're wanting. It's predictable and certain in terms of knowing that whatever is going to happen, it's going to work out for you. That's right.
Yo.
So then there's no uncertainty or unpredictability. So Aaron is talking about something really powerful here. Actually, we both are in this clip. You could hear the point that I made after Aaron pointed out the point he made. The point that he's making is that when people come into the present moment, which we call the moment of becoming, the true present moment, which is the moment of becoming, not the past. So I talked about this in the previous video. What human beings call the now is the past because it's manifested. The true present moment is the moment of becoming, where everything is manifesting. And that is your seat of power. And in the positively focused practice, I show people, my clients, how to rest in the moment of becoming. And as Aaron says here, for an uninitiated individual, being in that moment, the moment of becoming, can feel overwhelming because it literally is the place where everything is happening all at once. You're exposed to the vastness of all that is. And until you have practice being there, it can feel overwhelming. But once you have practice being there, that overwhelming feeling turns into empowerment, joy, and bliss, because you know that everything is possible and it's all happening now, and it's all susceptible to your focus, your creative focus. So when you focus in that moment of becoming, you collapse all that is into a probable future reality that becomes your reality. That's how your reality, what human beings call the now, which is the past, that's how your reality becomes. And Aaron is acknowledging something here that most people think about when they briefly touch upon, usually by accident, the true moment of becoming, is that it can feel uncertain. It can feel scary, he says. It can feel unpredictable. He didn't say scary. He said unpredictable and uncertain. But the cool thing, as I said in the clip, about being in that moment of becoming consistently, making it the home that it is for you, is that you see over time that when you let the universe unfold according to your focus, instead of trying to control the universe and make things happen for yourself, then time after time after time after time after time, this is going to go a while, time after time after time after time, you discover that everything unfolds perfectly for you and for everyone else. And so where is the uncertainty? Where is the unpredictability in that? It's all eminently certain and eminently predictable. With 100% predictable accuracy, you can say that when you stand in the moment of becoming and let the universe handle the details, everything in your life experience is going to work out 100% of the time. That's the power of coming into your power. That's the power of realizing you are pure positive energy, not a human being. Then you have your hands on the levers of creation, which exist only in the moment of becoming. Not the present moment that human beings think is the now, that's the past. Not the past that human beings refer to as the past, and certainly not the future that human beings refer to as the future. Those three places, the past, the human present moment, and the future, have no power in them. All of your power rests in you, and you rest in the moment of becoming, unless you've allowed yourself to collapse into a thought, belief, or belief constellation that has you in the future, or in the past, or in the human present moment, which is the past. Now, this sounds super woo. I know it sounds super woo, but when your life experience proves to you what I'm describing theoretically, like it has proven itself to Aaron in his life experience, then like Aaron, you just know. And that knowing, there's nothing like it. It feels so good to know. Certainty and predictability, 100% certain and 100% predictable. That is the life that is available to all of us as pure positive energy. After all, we knew coming into physical reality that life was going to be great. That's why we came. We were absolutely certain, and we had predicted with 100% accuracy that that's what we were going to experience. That's why we came here. Why doesn't life look that way? Because you have to forget when you come through that vagina, and then you're susceptible to the momentum of those who have come before you. And so it's easy to get caught up in the momentum and the contrast and lose your way for a little while. But if you're watching this video, and you are, that means you have opened yourself up enough to receive the remembrance. The remembrance of what? The remembrance that you're pure positive energy, having chosen deliberately to come into the circumstances you currently experience, knowing that those circumstances were always going to move in your favor. And if it doesn't look like they're moving in your favor, that's because they're moving that way in order to move you in your favor. Now that sounds like a paradox, but all my clients are experiencing the accuracy of what I just said. Contrast, negative experiences, are positive, and they're happening in order to have you align, take vibrational action to align with your broader perspective, so that then you can resume your trajectory toward everything you're wanting. And of course, everything you're wanting can't happen all at once. It would be too much. And every time you create one thing that you want, you sow the seeds for untold other things that you're going to want, which lends to you being eternal. That's why Abraham says you never get it done and you never get it wrong. I really love creating these videos. And this is why I create these videos, is because it feels so good to create them. I'm not trying to amass a huge following. I'm not necessarily trying to generate revenue here on YouTube. I'm simply doing this because the sharing of it is fun. It's amplifying my own resonance with my own high vibration. I talked about this in the previous episode. This is the high vibrational purpose of the positively focused practice. It is to amplify the good feeling, because when you amplify the good feeling, you amplify your resonance to feeling good, and then you want more of that, and that desire to want more of that brings more of that to you. Oh, I love this practice. You can love it too. I'm not the only one talking about this stuff on YouTube and elsewhere. Find someone that you resonate with. Take on their mentorship. If you think there's resonance here between you and I, reach out. You can do so in the comments or through my website, positivelyfocused.co. And until then, I'll see you in the comments or see you in the next video.